All right, time once again for catching up with Tommy Mack here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com, on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and, of course, on the Relevant app, streaming live each and every time, whether I do the horse's mouth or catching up with Tommy Mack. Always on the Relevant app, so easy to use, just an awesome piece of technology, but great to be here on a Tuesday morning. I'm inside the 1010XL studios, which I am every Tuesday and Friday. 10 o'clock on Tuesday and 12 o'clock after I make my appearance on Jaguars Today. I jump right into the podcast studio and knock one out. I really love doing them, especially now that we're in the season. You got the game that just was, the game that's coming up, and being able to do it twice a week is fun, no question about it. Of course, we saw last night the Niners just beat up on the Rams. That defense was tough. Deebo Samuel, unbelievable. Jimmy G looked okay. It's funny, I put out on the app, like, oh, man, he's on fire. And then, like, the next series, he looked like crap. You're like, okay, never mind. Forget about that. But it was a great weekend of football, a great weekend in the National Football League. Of course, look, the Jags, it's still a great weekend. And I'm going to, I got some concerns, but they're not. You have to, look, I look at things like the now, right? So, It's based on that day. It's not based on what I think down the road, what could or maybe or should happen. It's about what did happen. I look at the Philly game and look, I don't know if this, this is not what this show's about. So I'm not getting on any kind of stupid soapbox like most people do. But, this whole, we beat ourselves. It wasn't them, it was us. And it happens a lot around sport. It happens a lot around everywhere. But, I mean, it's like that. Does it make you feel better to say that? Like, well, no, we lost the game. Well, look, yeah, the fumbles lost the game. They did. But you also didn't play very well on defense. Look at it. I mean, you're up 14-0. You blew a 14-point lead, and they put up 29 on you. Could have been more. Great sack, right before halftime to push them to 3. But that living the now, it was a great play by those by Smoot and Gotsis. I mean, you got beat up, and that's what's concerned. Now, I get the silver lining. I get it, right? Because in your defense, people that we beat ourselves kind of thing. Which I'm not. At the end of the day on Sunday, the Eagles were better. They were better. They were the better team. You're not the better team. They beat you. And you know what? They physically kind of beat you up. I think you went in there thinking you're tough, and so did I. I mean, I'm not saying I don't anymore, but they're tougher. They came after you. That O-line, man, Jason Kelce, I'll never make any kind of jokes about him. No, but he's good. He's big. He's fast. And you know what really it was driving me nuts during the game? You left him wide open, uncovered. It's like, look, when your center's uncovered, I always felt bad for the nickel backers because they never had any protection in front of them. And when that center or that guard can come off free and they know where the play is going, and you got to read and react, and you got to meet them so close to the line of scrimmage, to stop that vertical gap, and it's so hard to do. It's so hard to do. And if anybody that's athletic, like he's up on you, he's hitting those guys at the 3-yard line. Free, like he may jack the tackle, which you saw a few times. Made very violent young centers. You want to watch how you play center. Watch Jason Kelce. What a violent, smack, and then up to the linebacker like that. It's really hard when you don't get somebody on top of a center like that, a nose tackle. I kept saying during the game, I'm like, man, don't leave him uncovered. He's the key to that entire offensive line. And they left them uncovered way too many times. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that they were more physical than we were. They outmuscled us. They did, and what does that mean? It doesn't mean that, they're not. No, I'm just saying for that day. And now what do I want to say? I want to see that go away against the Texans. I want to see that leave, and go. and show that, no, we're not that. We just, for whatever reason, it wasn't our day. It happens. It does. It does. It happens. You don't want it to happen. You're not trying it to happen. You're trying to give it your all, but you can't get off blocks. Nobody's in sync. Nobody's making a play. Let me tell you something. They run right up the gut, which they did often, way too many times. Now, not all day long, but enough to where you're like, oh, my gosh, here we go again, right up the gut. I mean, somebody's got to make a play. They can't all be, blocked up and, big gaps and moved. I mean, look, if you saw a few times, I forget who it might have been, it was a couple of them. They're lined up over the guard, and the first thing Kelsey does is whack the crap out of them, knock them over a half a yard, and then gets up on the back or 3 yards, and that back's sitting there like, man, got all day here. Very concerning. I'll tell you another thing. And again, we're just going by, I'm not concerned moving forward. I want to see it change, right? The play calling on offense was terrible, in my opinion. You ran the ball, 17 times, 19 times. They ran it 50. Yeah, 19. Now, granted, a lot of that was Hurts. And, on a per-carry average, we held him. But Sanders had a career day. 5 yards a carry. On, what did he have how many carries did he have? I have it down there somewhere. I'll try to find it. But he had a career day. Couple touchdowns. So that concerned me. And it felt like we were in control early. It really did. It felt like, no, we're right there. 14-0. Now, granted, the pick six, hey, Cisco, beautiful. Beautiful. But I think what Philadelphia did, even after we went down, they said, hey, you know what? Let's try running on them. I think we get something going. And they did. That's what got it going for them. So, look, I know we've shut down the run. We're the number one rush defense going in. And, I think you got beat up a little bit. Hey, little humble pie this early is not a bad thing. Hey, we're 2-2. So no matter how much I'm sitting there griping or whatever, critiquing, whatever you want to call it out there, it doesn't matter to me. They're 2-2. And they got a good chance. They got to win, though. We'll get to that. They have to beat the Texans. Is it a must-win? I don't know. I think every week is a must-win for a team that you don't know if they're going to be consistent or not. They're not 4-0. I don't want to hear this, no, they should be 4-0. No, they're 2-2 for reasons. For reasons. And but the weather, the weather, that kills me. I don't know why it slipped out of his hands all those times. The interception that he threw that was bad. It was late, and it was just kind of, hum it to him. He's sitting right, he's open, like, right away, and just deliver the damn rock. The out from center, inexcusable. Trying to run with it. He's trying to make a play. I can't be that mad at him. I just don't. Was it that slippery? It must have been that slippery. He's a big guy. He's got to have large enough hands to handle. I know the glove, no glove. I don't know. The gloves today, are they water resistant? I know they're like stick 'em. So funny you can wear those things today, but whatever. But it drops. Kirk, 9 targets for Kirk, 2 catches. Not good. Hey, loved him so far, but not good. Not good. You got to make those plays. My brother Mike, come on, you should know I'm on the air. What are you doing calling me on 10 o'clock on Tuesday? I'll call you later, bro. But, not good. And again, you can sit there and say, well, they were, and I love this one possession, like the 2 points automatic. It's not. You're still 8 points down. I'll give you, look, they were after even the gashes and they came back, right? They really, the second quarter, they ran all over you, right up the middle. That's how they got their scores for the most part. And give them credit. They're a good team, man. They are. They're a very good team. We fought back. The defense had a couple 3-and-outs here and there. Early third quarter. But you just here's a wild stat I thought, and I'll go through the stats. They're not that bad, but Eagles had 25 first downs total in the game. I think we had 13 or 12, something like that. But they only converted 4 of 15 on third downs, which is great for the Jags D. I mean, on third down, they were very good. The problem is they had 21 first downs on first and second down. Whew, that's hard, man. That's hard to stop a team. Time of possession was double for the Eagles. Well, granted, when you fumble, you're out in one play, whatever, 2 or 3 plays. But 25 first downs, only 4 of them came on third down. The rest, unless they went, they probably went for it a couple times on fourth down. So whatever, but still a lot. 19 maybe, 18 conservatively. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I don't know. Even, say the fumbles don't happen. That doesn't mean another pick doesn't happen. I don't know. You just don't know the outcome of the game. At the end of the day, they beat our butts pretty good physically. They won the line of scrimmage. Offensive line was, I don't know. They're all right. I don't know why we didn't run the ball. Okay, we used the pad. Great. That's great. But you coordinate the best coordinators, they adapt and improvise, right? I mean, Philly did. They ran at 50. I don't know. I think, maybe that was more the recipe. But look, too many drops, too many bad throws, too many fumbles. Bad interception, down in near the red. I think, what was it, by the 10-yard line, somewhere around there? Not good. Total yards, Philly, 401. Jags, 219. Positives, Jamal Agnew, great. Love seeing him more and more in the offense. Been calling for it. Love seeing it. No doubt about it. Cisco, of course, great. And look, Josh Allen had a good day. There's no doubt about it. But the defense overall didn't. Did they bend, don't, well, no, I can't say they bend, don't break. They gave up 29. And by the way, they gave up 28. Similar score to Washington. 1 point differential, right? It was 28-22, 29-21. It's wild. Credit to the Eagles for having some grit, man, and coming back. The thing that concerns me, and to be honest, it concerns me more than the miscues of Trevor with the ball. It's that I know what a future team, like Houston's going to come in here. They're going to try to pound the rock. And you can sit there and be like, well, Foley was out. Look, I don't care if Foley is a very good player and he's a difference maker, but he wasn't out. And if he's going to get hurt, then he's not going to be in. He'll be out. Then who is it? You had Gotsis, you got Hamilton. Where's Hamilton? Where I don't know. That guy, I don't know. He just disappears. Like, those gaps up the middle are not good. So that's what concerns me. Because now future teams are going to be like, hey, you know what? Might be able to run on these guys. And don't think, though, you could call it garbage time, and maybe it was, but those 2 runs by Jonathan Taylor at the end of the Colts game, and, well, they shouldn't say that because they didn't really do much in San Diego, but they're going to try to run on you. I would. I'm going to study that tape, find the weak link. I tell you what, you keep my center uncovered, I know what I'm doing. I'm running right up the gut. And for look, and those linebackers, Lewican and Lloyd, they made a lot of plays, a lot of tackles, but when you give up 5 yards of carry to their lead back, 4.2 overall, and that was with Hurts having like a 3.6. He ran it a lot. I mean, that's what he does. Oh, and I hear that we don't want Trevor to run. I think I want him to run a little bit. There were a couple times I'm like, just run. Like, you're rolling out. I don't know if they don't want him to. I mean, he's athletic. He's not Josh Allen athletic or Mahomes. Mahomes. Whew, guy's sick. Or even Hurts. I mean, but he's pretty athletic. I say run. Do I want him taking hits? No, but when you're out in the open, there was 1 or 2 times he could have just taken off. Well, what are you going to do? Not good. Was it good? Can they adapt? Of course. By the way, I got all these notes. Running into the kicker. Come on, man. I mean, seriously. That hurt. That hurt big time. That hurt big time, man. They got the ball right back. But, yeah, being out physical, not good. Not good. And that, look, and again, I heard on the recaps on one of the national, they may have the best O-line and the best D-line in the business. Okay, with the torrent, I saw someone on Twitter. I don't know who it was. I know I got to call him out even if I did. But with torrential weather and a great defensive line, they're okay. I'm like, what? What are these like trap doors? Well, it was raining and cold and it whipping. Okay, well, it was for them too. Well, they got it more. Do they? Maybe we should be practicing during thunderstorms down here at the bank. I don't know, Just, have an anti-lightning strike thing made or something. I don't know, but that doesn't make any – look, you play – what if it's too cold? You're going to be like, well, poor guys, it was too cold. They just couldn't get it together. You know what I mean? Like, no. Look, it was raining. It was raining for them too. Put longer spikes in if you're falling down. I don't know. But anyway, that we'll chalk it up as whatever. They're 2-2. They got a great chance. They're on top of their division. Got a great chance. I will tell you, this whole Trevor's not a bust. Can we stop? Now, I don't think he's generational either, but he never said that about himself, so I'm not putting it on him. I will say, and I look. I like Trevor, and I have said that many a time. I like the way he represents our team as a franchise QB. I listened to his interview on the way into Southern Grill, which was awesome. Go there if you're in that area, the San Marcos South Bank. It's a great neighborhood joint, man. I'm telling you, great food, great full liquor bar, TVs everywhere, NFL ticket, great for college games, NFL games. Outdoor area, just a great spot. Great spot. And like I said earlier, we're going to do something at Goodfellas down there, Cigar Lounge off of St. John's Bluff. I'm going to get that together so we can hang out, man. Look, it was fun being in a bar, a restaurant with fans of the team that we love, and we're all cheering for them. It was great. Felt really good. But listening to him, I think it was with JP, and and I saw his quote, after the game last week, you can't deny we're a really good team. You're like, not yet. Okay, I think you look great. You dominated two teams. There's silver lining on them. Everyone's got a freaking silver lining, I swear. Well, we weren't full capacity, full strength. Okay, whatever. We dominated you. Doesn't matter. No, I don't think it does. But, and then his interview, it just seemed a little bit too much. Look, I said the week before, Doug will keep him humble. When I hear things like that from my QB, that's not humble. And I know it's not terrible. I'm not saying you shouldn't say. I just, we can't. A really good team doesn't do what they did Sunday. And I know what's the silver line. Well, Tom, we're 1 possession away. Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't throw another pick, or we don't, whatever. Someone bats the ball. It goes up in the air. But he's not a bust. It's not. Stop the nonsense. The kid's got plenty of talent. And I'll tell you what. The game. I've praised the game plan on offense, especially the past few weeks. But I didn't like it last week. I didn't. He never got into a rhythm. And look, if it's the elements that was part of that, fine. I mean, they were catching balls, I don't know. But, look, I think at the end of the day, I think this team felt like, and we did too, I did too, that they've arrived. Here we are. anyone can tell we're one of the best teams in the league. You know what I mean? I felt it too. I'm just saying, but we got punched in the mouth. And I think that was their intent. Not that they wouldn't be on any team, but I think they really said, you know what? This team thinks they're good. This team thinks they're tough. Let's show them what Philadelphia tough's like, and let's see how they react. And, you know, look, again, you had them early. But then they just, not to use a Jack Del Rio quote, but they just chopped wood and chopped you down and then took over. So they had punch in the mouth, and it didn't feel like, to me, they answered. Now, sporadically, they did. They had a couple 3-and-outs, like, and beginning of third quarter towards the end, they were good, you know, but not the run up the gut just bothers me. It's the worst thing a defense can do, in my opinion. Now, granted, I'm a former, you know, all I did was play against the run, so I'm biased in that regard, but when you get run on like that, it's demoralizing, and it looks really bad. And if I'm another offense coordinator, I'm like, I know what I'm doing, and I may use the pass to set it up, but I will make sure my running backs get enough carries because maybe there's I always say chink in the armor, right? There's a gap. There's not as strong as you think. It looks like it's strong, and then boom, like Tyson would say, you know, everyone has an idea to get whacked in the face or something like that, and most people don't respond. I don't know. Will they see him again? You know, I don't know. Do I feel like the Jaguars are a Super Bowl team? No, but I didn't expect to. 2-2 is great. That is a silver lining. So I did it too. But 2-2 is very good. We'll take it. You know, elements are the elements. You're going to play them again. And what happens if it's snowing? Are we going to, you know, I don't know. You know, poor guys. You know, the ball's wet when it snows. The ball's wet when it's cold. I mean, it's wet. It's slick. You ever grab one of those things? They're massive, and then it gets slick because of the cold, and then it's really hard to grab. And it's coming at you like a missile. I wasn't an offensive player for a reason. You know what I mean? But, geez, it's not easy. But that's the game. You're an NFL player. Look, I'm a fan, but I'm just not a fan, right? And I get it. You fans, you deserve to do whatever you want. You're the fans. You pay the money. You can do whatever you want. You say what you want. Whatever makes you feel good, feel better, it's great. I can't live like that. I can't. I was very disappointed in that run. I think they're going to be great. Like, you got to be great against the run if you're going to do anything. Then I hear back to the humble. I hear Josh Allen. Oh, we're clearly the better team. You weren't the better team. You weren't. They were. Doesn't mean you're a bad team. You're a good team. I think you've got a chance to be good. And at the end of the day, look, after you are what you are, right? Your record's 2-2. That's 500 football. At the end of the day, if you finish 500 at the end of the year, it's a great win. It's fantastic. And we're who's that? Duval dedicated first place in the South. Yeah, it's great. 4 games in, it's great. What does it mean overall? Nothing. It means we got to bounce back from a poor performance. Not all poor, but overall, it wasn't good. That 14-0, get out 14-0, man, and things happened. Momentum swung. It did. They went right down after that. Right down after that first fumble. Right down, first score. That changed a lot. I was hoping we could hold them. You know, that sudden change when there's a turnover on your offense. You go out there on defense, and if they have the ball on their side of the 50, right, going in, holding them to a field goal is a success, big time. Do it all day long. Got to hold them to at least a field goal. So, I'm confident Doug will bring it all back together. I'm confident they're going to go after it. Look, here's the deal about the Texans. They're 0-3-1. They've beaten us the last 8 times. 8. That's bizarre, man. We need this win. And don't think, look, that kid Pierce, great week. I know they lost the Chargers couldn't stop us either, so I don't know what that means, but kid's got wheels, take it to the house from 75 out. And he's a big dude, so, look, they're going to try to thump you. Good call on that. They're going to try to run the ball. Let them. Bring it on. I'm ready. Not literally, but I'm ready, But whether Foley is in there or not, it doesn't matter. These guys got to play, and if you got to I don't know. Like, okay, Gotsis isn't a full-time nose. He's not. He's not big enough for that. Hamilton is, but I don't know. I got to watch the tape and see what's going on. Maybe I'll ask Logman in a break. He's in the studio right now doing Jaguars Today. Like, where is this big, massive Devon Hamilton, and why isn't he killing people? Foley's a very good player, but in, out, hey, you don't help the team when you're when you're hurt. You're not. You don't help them. No matter how good you may or may not be, you don't help. But anyway, we're 2-2. We'll keep the train rolling. We're all going for this weekend. My entire family, can't wait. My wife, our 3 girls, Jaguar Alumni Weekend, going to be great. We're going to honor the great Tony Baselli in his Hall of Fame year, which is absolutely awesome. And, looking forward to it. And my girls are looking forward to it. My daughter's coming up from school and take a couple days off at Flagler. They can figure it out. And going to have a good time. Saturday night, my band, the Dad Bods, is playing at Whiskey Jack's in Atlantic Beach, right there on Atlantic Boulevard. So come on, we hit the stage at 8:30. It's going to be a great time. 70s, 80s, 90s rock and roll cover band. I'm the lead singer. It's fun. I put forth the effort. You'll enjoy the energy at the minimum. All right, that's going to do it for me this time around. I'll be back on Friday. We'll look ahead to the Houston Texans, who are winless. 3-1. Ugh, it's just so disgusting. That's a tough one. They need a win, and so do we. We need a victory. And don't, the crazy thing about the NFL, the Colts, what Colts team are you going to get? The one that beat Kansas City? The one that just crushed Tampa Bay? The Colts that, just got beat by Tennessee. You still got Tennessee twice, but that's down the road. You got to sweep, in my opinion. You got to sweep Indy and Houston. So you need a victory the next 2 weeks for sure, especially this week at home.
Tommy, I got a bone to pick with you.
What do you want?
So you're telling me...
Come in late.
I know.
What do you want?
I come in late, and I have a bone to pick. How dare I? But my man is the lead singer of the Dad Bods, yet we've never heard Tommy sing on Catching Up with Tommy Mac.
Oh, yeah, well, come out to the show. And actually, you have heard me sing if you go to the Catching Up channel, because I record some songs.
Ho-ho!
Yeah, here you want. I'll play you one.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
That's what we need.
You guys might not know this tune, and this might shut off Relevant if I go there, but let's see what we got. I got rehearsal tonight, too.
Look at that. You just put that right into the mic. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. My guitarist and drum, my whole band rocks. They can crank it. You know this tune?
No, but I love it now.
From the Cult, Love Removal Machine.
This makes us feel like a Friday edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mac.
Well, you know what? I'll record something tonight, and maybe I'll have something new.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Thanks for tuning in to Catching Up with Tommy Mac here on 1010 XL's podcast platform and on Facebook. And, of course, streaming live on the Relevant app. And thanks for everybody for hanging out. Check out the Relevant app, RELEVNT. Some good things happening. We'll get into that down the road. I'll be back Friday, ready to take on the Texans, baby. Going to be a great weekend. Have a great week. Go Jags, LFG. Jags, Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. It's Tuesday. We're done. The critique's over. I might have to do a little bit on Friday at Jaguars today, but you know what I'm saying? It's moving on. You're 2-2. Don't give me we should be. We're not. You're not. You're 2-2. 500 club. Hey, we'll take it. Right? First quarter, 2-2. We'll take it. Now we got 3 more quarters to go. Let's get better each and every quarter. All right, that'll do it for me this time around. Till next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Peace. Go Jags.